Welcome to Frazzlecast, a podcast by a Blizzard fan gnome about World of Warcraft and geeky stuff. I promise you, they do talk about the World of Warcraft. They just go off the rails sometimes.
Welcome to Frazzlecast, a podcast by a Blizzard fan gnome about World of Warcraft and geeky stuff. My name is Frazzly. We are recording live from a tavern. Each week we are joined by awesome people from around Azeroth and beyond. This is episode 40, and it feels like episode 1 fell corrupted hour 1 because we were recording for like 5 minutes and we were getting scratches and stuff like that. So, yay for 40 and we still have issues! Yay!
You know, technically I predicted that because I even said earlier today to you, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I had said that today was going to be just like episode 1 because it has you, me, and Emma, and that's it.
Then that means we can never have this ever again now.
No, what you're supposed to do is you constantly have to have us around so we can freshen up your knowledge on how to record and whatnot.
Okay.
And troubleshoot.
Absolutely.
So we're helping you learn.
Yes, and I appreciate that because that way by episode 100 will be great. And
You'll still have problems.
Yeah, I'll still have problems.
Episode 42 will go great. It
Yes.
will be the best show ever, episode 42. But it will be show 500. That is when you'll start having a smoother ride. Unless you talk to Medros from All Things Azeroth, he still has his little issues every once in a while.
Yeah, well, but part of that is he named his Mac Argus. And you expect Argus to be good to you? Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's his first problem.
Yeah.
Touché.
But still, they've been going
And
for 11 years. That is incredible.
I remember listening to them when they were episode 150-ish.
Wow.
And I know they're over 500 now.
I don't think Frazzlecast is going to be getting to episode 500 anytime soon.
Well, no, not anytime soon. But my goal is...
It'll take a couple of years.
Yeah, we aren't going away. We're staying.
Oh, great. That means I'm stuck with you guys for another 10 plus years.
Absolutely.
Somebody please help me. They're holding me against my will.
No.
No, we're not.
Just sit in the corner.
You're here to help me take over Frazzlecast.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
Okay.
Because Warlocks rule.
Yeah, Emma,
Warriors
don't reveal it to him. God.
I didn't hear anything.
The idea is a coup is secret.
Don't worry. He's very gullible.
Wait.
Fair enough.
Is that in the dictionary?
No.
Oh, okay.
I rest your case.
Well, I think with how much we have going on, let's get into our past week because there's so much on the agenda after that. So, Deceiverr, how's your week been?
My week overall, nothing special, but today me and my friends decided we would imitate a show that we're fond of called Impractical Jokers. I'm sure many of you have heard of it and many more have not. It's a show on True TV. It's kind of like Jackass, except instead of being douchey, stupid, it's actually funny. It's still stupid, but it's funny.
Don't they tell you, though, to not repeat what you see on TV?
Not these guys.
Okay.
So what they do is they're 4 friends. They've been friends for 30 years, something like that. And they just kind of go around in public and tell each other to say and do stupid things. If they don't say it, they lose a point, and whoever has lost the most points by the end of it gets a punishment, and they have to do it no matter what. They're contractually obligated. But what we did was, so we were in one of our teachers' rooms, who always lets us stay in there during lunch, and we all sit at the one window, and we watch out, and we tell someone to go outside, and we see a fire hydrant and a table next to it. This table has a bunch of people at it, the unsuspecting victims. And so what we do is we just start going out and messing with the fire hydrant and pretending like the people aren't there, and we're just laughing as we watch these people, staring at whoever's outside, and sometimes even saying to them, "Is there something wrong with you? Do you need help?" One of us actually went outside and just started humping the thing. I went outside, I grabbed a bag of cashews, I hit the fire hydrant, the bag of cashews exploded, and I screamed, "My nuts!"
I don't miss being a kid.
Oh, come on. Anyone who's like got a childish sense of humor is going to think that's hilarious.
I did these things when I was a kid, and I don't miss it.
Oh, come on. Didn't you have fun when you were a kid doing that, though?
Yeah, I did, but nowadays...
Why wouldn't you miss it if you had a good time?
Because now I'm embarrassed by all this stuff, and when you say these things, I'm just thinking back to like, Like
Joe from Impractical Jokers, I pretty much have no shame, and as long as I know I'm never going to see that person again, I'll just walk up to anyone and say just about anything. And just walk away.
Be careful what you do. I don't want you turning into a Logan Paul or Jake Paul.
Oh, no, it's not that kind of a thing. I mean, I'll admit even I have my limits. Part of it is also not just what you say, it's how you say it, which is one thing that I've learned from watching Impractical Jokers. Like, you could go up and say, "Hey, dummy," and it all depends on how you say it and the framing of it and other things you say along with it. That'll determine if someone finds that to be rude or humorous. That's something I've actually tested on some people at school, and it's actually completely true. It's all about how you say it.
And your intent with it.
Yeah, it's facial expression, tone of voice, body language, other such things. It's a big part of how people take it.
Okay.
So, like, you don't just walk up and say, "Hey, dummy." You don't say that. What you do is you walk up to someone, "Hey, dummy, how's it going? Long time no see." Like, you make it sound like it's a little more friendly. It's less antagonizing to someone, so they're less likely to be bothered or offended by it. They'll be like, oh, hey, yeah, how's it going? They'll be confused as hell.
Yeah.
So sometimes you'll get a cool person who will play along. Those are the funniest people.
So you were messing with a fire hydrant.
Yeah, the only thing I did was the thing with the cashews.
Okay.
But one of my friends, he walked outside, he sat on it, and when he saw someone he knew, he asked them to continue messing with the people by asking them to like sit on his lap, like Santa kind of thing, just to screw with them. So bizarre, but so funny to watch. Especially just seeing the reactions of the people sitting at that table. It was priceless.
Now, were you doing it to confuse them or to make them laugh?
Confuse. So mission accomplished.
I definitely did that. My only thing I did that recently was I was walking through a mall and I was behind somebody and all of a sudden they stop and they talk to these people like they're meeting them and all that. Like this, and I can't get past this group. So I just start shaking everybody's hand like, "Hey, good to see you. And I walk off and they're just all confused.
I'll do that to a lot of people just randomly. Like if they're saying something like, that was like so uncool of her, I'll kind of mess with them. I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. That was like totally wrong." And I've done that like maybe 5 times, and only one time did someone actually get bothered. Everyone else is like, "See, this guy knows what he's talking about." Everyone else, like most people are cool with that stuff as long as you frame it right. There's always the people who are they're just not okay with people.
Yeah.
Most times it's going to work out as long as you just say it in a way that's more or less friendly.
Absolutely. So, Lady Emma, did you sit on any fire hydrants? Did you make any people feel confused?
I always make people feel confused. That's nothing new.
Okay.
But no fire hydrants were involved.
Oh.
Yesterday, I was talking to my raid leader because he was mentioning in guild chat, they were making jokes about a warlock tank. And I'm like, "Hey, I could totally tank and spank all those bosses by myself. I'm a warlock." And he's like, I was joking, but we are looking for a tank. And I'm like, "Well, I have a low-level, item-level tank that I don't know how to play." And it's like, that's not very helpful. "Don't worry, I'll tank it. We'll just find a healer." I'm like, "Oh, I have 2 healers that are horrible eye level as well, but I do know how to use them." And he's like, no, that's okay. "But I'm taking a hint that you want to come and join us?" I'm like, "Maybe." He's like, "Well, we could use a warlock as we don't have any right now."
Nice.
So I'm like, "Really? I'll totally come." Hear nothing. It was dinner time, went for dinner, came back, saw a message. He's like, "Yeah, if you want to come, just let me know." So I joined, I think they're called Hump Day.
Yes, on Wednesdays.
Hump Day Heroes, they do Wednesdays and Mondays. They're not at 5:00 in the morning.
That's good.
Yes. I joined them, and apparently I like this one guy. He basically tells dad jokes.
Nice.
And my friend Rooster would just yeah, they'll get along. And the fact that I know how to use a warlock closet. Apparently, this is key. And apparently, there's one guy in the raid team that everyone always summons when the closet comes up. It's like no ifs and buts. As soon as that closet's open, even if it's for someone else, he's the first person to apparently get summoned.
Oh,
even though he's right beside the closet.
Just like a joke or tradition?
A joke, tradition-ish thingy.
Okay.
It was amusing. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with them last night. And, my raid leader, he's like, yeah, I won't take hard feelings if you kind of come to this more than ours, because we know it's really early for you. So that's good. There's a person who I met in the Convert to Raid had their 5-year anniversary events going on.
Yes.
And one of the events that they had was achievement runs for the new raids. And I ended up meeting a DK in there who's also crazy for achievements like me. Found out we're in the same CTR guild group. And he's second, I am third. So he's trying to bump number 1, who I know, and I'm trying to bump him. So we are now both trying to race for number 1. So I'm in third, he's in second, and Maury's in first. And I know who the other guy, because he raids with me on the weekend mornings. So we're all like a little happy family trying to be number 1.
On the achievement points that really have no purpose other than...
They make me happy.
Okay, so it's the WoW version of measuring. We won't say the word.
Yeah. So I also finally managed to get Eastern Kingdom Safari done.
Nice.
Because now I actually have some 25 pets that can actually capture things. I have 2 that are my catcher guys. I managed to finally working the Isles, get 2 primary professions to max 800 skills. And I finally got, I came, I clawed, and I conquer.
Is that the one where you get the mount after just slaying all the demons on Argus?
No, that's Man Abundance. This one is you have to collect Black Fang Claws in Tan Jungle, the last expansion achievement.
Okay.
But you have to loot them. The key thing is you have to loot 5,000 of them.
Wow. And do you get anything, or is it an achievement?
It's an achievement, but with that 5,000, there's a mount that you can buy with those 5,000.
Okay. So at least there's something more than an achievement, because that's a lot of claws.
Yeah, and what makes it a little harder was there wasn't really personal loot. And if you do it as a raid, you have to be able to tag everything.
Okay.
And they were also a pain in the butt to defeat. Here, I was tagging every single thing on my Affliction one, and my dot, as it's taking it down, was killing it. So It went a lot quicker this time, and plus now you have personal loot. I was guaranteed to loot a certain amount each time. So because I got that achievement, I got Rumble in the Jungle as well, because that was the last one I need for that.
Nice.
I also did the Kern Tor Tavern Crawl.
How is that? And because that's one I've not done yet. I was going to do that one today, but I didn't do it.
To tell you the truth, it was okay-ish. I feel like you stay at the location a little too long before you jump to the next one. And a lot of people were saying that as soon as you jump to it, they're like, okay, we've seen where it takes us. We ate some food. We drank some beer. Okay, next one, please. It was neat to kind of find hidden packages around, and it would give you a different head. So you either have the new stylish glasses, the pimp hat, an eye patch. Like there was a good variety of different transmog things. It was like a buff.
Okay. Kind of like the holiday items that you can get, like the masks and things like that.
Yeah, the only thing is you click on it and it puts it on you right away. So it's more like Blingtron when you tell him you want a party and he puts you in an outfit. It's like that, but just with a headpiece.
That's cool.
But yeah, other than that, it felt like it was lacking. You stayed at the pub way too long. What I ended up doing was catching pets around the pub area, or if there was a dungeon, I would go do a dungeon and come back to see if it's time to go to a new area.
So it's at different pubs, or you go to a pub and see if they have the people there? Because that's one that I've not looked into.
All right, so the whole purpose of it is you go to Dalaran, the newest Dalaran, and right outside is kind of a ghosty gnome. You click on her, and she will port you to the pub that everyone's at.
Okay.
When it's time to leave, you will get an extra button type action button that says last call, and when you click on it, you get ported to the next one.
So the cool idea with that is at least it's getting people together, maybe socializing.
That would be great if it was like a guild socializing thing. Because we're all random people, there's only maybe it's better on an RP server. These people weren't really communicating with each other.
Okay.
You just hear a lot of people complaining. It's like, this is kind of boring. Can we go to the next one now? Where's the next one?
So I'm kind of hearing that maybe if any CTR event officers are listening, maybe we should do a Kirin pub crawl event when these pop up.
That could be fun. And yeah, so that's pretty much everything. Me and my boyfriend had our 7th year together.
Nice.
Yay. Still no ring. Sad face.
Slash
oh well.
rats.
He got me for our anniversary Pokemon Lego. And I got him a computer chair.
7 years.
I hate you. Damn air horn, I swear to God.
Well, that's not really news to me, Deceiver.
So what about you, Fraz? What have you been up to?
I started an Iron Man tune. I was watching Zort's leveling, and I was like, you know what? This year, it is the year I'm going to start the Iron Man. So I started a Draenei warrior named, can I pronounce this? Ryakastas. Yeah, no, I can't pronounce it. Ryakastas. There we go.
Show me the name. I might be able to get it. My guess would be Raya Costas.
That sounds right. So yeah, that's my Iron Man tune. I don't want to admit this, but it's still level 2 because I started it and then I got distracted. So I'm going to go back to it, but I have an Iron Man tune now.
Hey, mine's still at level 10. I haven't worked on it since the very first show or second show.
And with mine, I'm trying to go slow. I'm trying not to die like I typically do on stuff. So I'm trying to do it right. I'm watching all the rules very well laid out on wowchallenges.com on what you do. But I am level 35 on Thunder, my balance druid.
Just out of curiosity, Frasley, on your main, how many deaths do you have? You got me wondering.
It's in the hundreds. I can't look right now, but it's definitely in the hundreds, especially because I was in Argus today, and I fell into the Twisting Nether.
Oh my
tell you how
God.
many deaths I have on my main. I have 7,260 deaths.
I don't have
Holy
that many.
crap.
Emma, I'm going to give you a run for your money now.
I'll guarantee he has more.
No,
Now-
not yet.
2,964 are deaths from raids or dungeon, and usually that's because of achievements.
I love sneaking around in stealth cat form on my druid and then going into moonkin form. I finished Duskwood, worked on Red Ridge. I got to a part of the quest where Wowhead comments confirmed that 7.3.5 made the quest almost impossible using mechanics. There's a point where you have to put on like special abilities, use chloroform, but it's not working because of the aggro and stuff like that. When you get close to one of the guards that you need to get a key.
Did you say you have to use chloroform?
Yes. And that's what it's called in the game, chloroform.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
It's one of the Kashan quests that they're doing. So I moved on. I'm going to come back and finish that one so I can get the Red Ridge storyline. I'm now working in the Hinterlands, having a lot of fun there. Again, cat form is amazing on some of the quests because like you have to go back into this one tomb many times. But in cat form, I can just go past the enemies because like you keep going deeper and deeper into the temple, and I go in and then I leave, go back in. So it's a lot of fun. The auction house API is still down, and in fact, does.theapi.work has a contest. If you can guess when the auction house API will be back up, you can win a BattleNet gift card. So there's a lot of things I want to sell on all my characters, but I can't because I don't have the current data. I was having issues trying to log in on Tuesday night because something happened Tuesday that we'll get into later on. That caused a lot of different issues, like Max in particular crashed at the character screen. It was a issue that seemed to be primarily on the Macs.
For my boyfriend, he could log in, but all his characters were gone.
Yeah, that was the second issue, because I got it where I found a workaround in the forums. I logged into one of my deactivated refer friend accounts and then logged back into the game, and that fixed the Mac crash. But yeah, then I had the missing characters. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff on there. So Tuesday was a fun time for a while, and it kept crashing the servers and stuff like that. Still working on a rep for Army of Light and Argusian Reach to get the allied races. I am halfway on Argusian Reach, and Army of the Light, I am about almost to 10,000 toward Exalted. So just got to do some world quests and things like that, and like the dailies. I used my boost for a 110 Tauren Warrior on Boulder Fist to join the Liking Balls Guild and work on a High Mountain Druid and a Nightborn. So I'm still Alliance, just this is intelligence gathering for the war efforts.
Sure
Yep,
is.
like I said on Twitter, and you can check this because I don't think I've tweeted a whole lot since then. You can consider that Tauren as good as steak.
Well, I'm not going to tell anybody the Tauren's name and stuff like that, so you won't know.
Oh yeah, but I have you on my friends list, so the instant you log in, I'll know that Tauren's name, and I will have so many people hunting that Tauren down. Boulder Fist is a PvP realm, right?
Yes.
Probably not.
Yep, I have some friends on Alliance, other than the ones in this podcast, that I can ensure will turn your Tauren into steak over and over and over again.
Come at me, bro. Come at me.
Oh, I'm not coming at you. My friends are.
Okay.
And my friends are 930 plus item level.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to die.
Somehow have to get to that server, or for them to be on that server.
Or to find me.
Server.
Yes.
I'll help them.
Because aren't you on
Don't worry.
Khadgar?
Yep. But I think one of my friends actually does have a character on Boulder Fist. Rogue, item level 935.
So I probably won't be leveling my Tauren Warrior or stuff like that until after the PvP changes in 8.0. So, yeah. I used my boost, but yeah, now I'm scared.
Be afraid.
Be very afraid.
Here's something you can do. You could set yourself invisible so Deceiverr can't see your
Ooh, that's a good idea. Because we're not in the same guild.
But Frasley, do you really want to put the effort into that? Because you won't even bleep something on this podcast. Are you really going to put the effort into actually clicking on something?
That's a really simple thing to do.
Yeah, until I
I
forget.
know, but he's the laziest of the lazy. He makes me look energetic.
No, I can see him do this.
Yeah.
I
He
can't.
remembers.
I really can't.
The key thing is if he remembers.
Well, in Deceiverr, this year's a new year. I'm actually editing the show all the way through. So,
Oh!
yeah. So I can actually now cut out things.
Yeah, I'm still not finding that.
Yeah, I probably still won't do the online stuff, or I'll forget.
I'll believe it when you prove it.
Yeah. So we'll see. So either that or I'll be playing Alliance until the PvP changes. I finally got my Mythic Draenor Raider achievement.
Rat.
I went to Mythic Blackrock Foundry with a friend, Izari, from the Dungeon Crawler Network, and he's part of the Errant Discord, Errant Penman. I mean, this guy does an amazing job with like articles and blogs all across the internet. He was asking me last night if I wanted to go into Mythic Blackhand. I was like, absolutely. So we went in, got some good transmog. I think through my former guild in CTR, I must have gotten a lot of the Mythic Draenor stuff, because then when you defeated Blackhand, I got the Mythic Draenor. So I finally have a monument in my garrison. Yes.
Yay! I have the legendary one. Yeah, the legendary ring.
I
don't
is there a
understand.
monument for Ahead of the Curve Archimond?
No, I have the Friendship Moose.
Yeah, I have head of the curve as well.
Yeah, I got the moose as well. Yeah, you also got it from the Friendship Moose thing too, didn't you?
No, I got
No,
mine,
Frasley, I mean.
Oh, I got mine from my old raid team.
Ah.
So I worked for mine.
Yeah, me and Frasley chose to not effort.
Well, no, mine was, I did not have a character that was high enough eye level. It was the right level, but not eye level and stuff like that. So I was on Twitch, and Zels, great person. They were doing a Twitch stream, and I was in the lottery late at night, put my name in, and all of a sudden they say at my Twitch name at the time, and I was like, yes, I got in. So I was like almost shaking. I was like, I couldn't believe it, because this was about a few days before the pre-patch and was going to go away. So, I mean, I got in under the radar. So I'm hoping I can get Violet's Spellwing, but if I can't, at least I got Friendship Moose.
What's Violet Spellwing? Is that another?
Yeah, it's another one. It's a friendship bird, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be another like friendship thing, or there's people like I'm pretty sure Facepal, which is an amazing raid team. They're probably going to give a few people in CTR freebies. They only can have so many in a group, so it will be pick and choose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure like a friendship bird is going to be the new friendship moose, and there'll probably be lots of people on Twitter and other events that are willing to help people out.
I hope Zels does it again, because that's probably going to be my only chance.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching Twitter and stuff like that, because I want that.
His 12 and 24-hour streams are a guarantee for me, because I'm sleeping even less now than I did then.
I finally defeated Argus. It was on LFR. I just want to preface it wasn't normal or anything. In fact, right now, I would be on the Nighthold normal run that Silverbolt's doing. I'm doing the podcast. So, hi, Silverbolt, everybody. If anyone's listening, or if anyone's listening to the podcast later on, I hope you are having fun at Nighthold. But it was a really good fight. I mean, we were on our third determination because things just weren't going right. I liked the mechanics. Loved the cinematics. Really well done. Which is cool to finally do that. Wow. Sargeras' sword is big. That's all I'll say.
Big?
No comment.
Yeah, no comment past that.
Aww. But I wanted to make a comment.
That ship sailed. I'm working on the Silithus quest now, because it's a fun quest chain. And I'm sad Argus is in the sky.
Did you find the potty?
Wait, there's a potty?
Yeah, there's a potty.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one. That was funny.
There's a potty in Silithus?
I was laughing when I saw it.
Yep, there's one potty out of the whole Celephus.
Yeah, there's an outhouse.
Yeah, that's what I meant by
for all the Horde in the Alliance? Wow, there can be battles over the bathroom.
It kind of gets a little
battle
explosive.
for bathroom.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta go. Open up. Come on, I gotta go. I bought a lost mail on the auction house for the mailroom quest.
Really? Frasley, you should have given me the gold, and I would have given you my letter.
Oh,
I have one in my bank.
I didn't know. Oh.
You didn't ask.
Well, I kept looking around. I was feeling a little dejected from the Doomsayer robe that I'm trying to get. So I was kind of like, I had the 5,000 gold. So I
Again, still don't know what the Doomsayer is.
I'm going to talk about that soon.
Yeah, I was lucky with mine. After finally making one of the 5 a.m. raid teams or things, after the raid, it was about 8 o'clock, and I'm like thinking, all right, the letter's going to happen every 3 hours, give or take. So it's going to happen around 9 o'clock. So I'm like, well, my raids end at 8. I'll just stay by. Apparently, at this time, it was only at one mailbox. So I stayed at the one mailbox. And within 27 minutes of waiting, it appeared.
Nice.
Yeah, I just had a TV show on, and there was this jerk who put his mammoth right on top of where it's going to spawn, and he went AFK.
That's the kind of thing I would do.
I struggle with the idea of karma, but in that situation, I have to say, I could really see. You know,
Yeah.
It's when you try to be a jerk, things happen.
Yep. Basically 2 minutes later, because I did announce that I got it to be trying nice for other people who are farming it, so they know when the next 3 hour give or take will be. He asked, like, when did I get it? I'm like, about 2 minutes ago.
Oh, no.
The person was really nice. Like, wasn't one of those like angry, like, how dare you like take it from me type thing. He's like, oh shucks, this is what I get for going to get myself a drink
And having a giant mammoth.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to say that.
Yeah, you're going to be nice, could be kind of the nice winner, be like, yeah.
But he he wasn't one of those sore loser people. He didn't say, "Oh, I've been farming this forever. How dare you, take it from me." Like he's like, "Yeah, my bad, my fault. Okay, congrats on ya." Like it's a pleasant.
Yeah.
But I don't envy the people who have to farm it now because it can be at any mailbox in Dalaran.
And that's kind of why I saw it on the auction house at what I would deem a really good price, because I heard it was like in the 400,000s to 40,000s. So when I saw it 5,000, I was like, okay, I'm going to go for that.
And what is the item again?
It's a lost letter, which puts you on a quest to be a mailman. I'm one achievement away, which is the hardest one, where you get a name of a town, and you have to put 30 envelopes in 1 minute in the correct zones with just the town's name.
And it's really cool because there's like a lot of different Easter eggs, a lot of good references. I'm impressed. It's one of those, you would not expect this much quality from a 0.5 release patch.
Yeah, but it is WoW. So
yeah,
actually, wait, that's not helping the case, is it?
In some cases it is, some cases it's not. And like this week I was talking with a couple of people who had different opinions on Battle for Azeroth and stuff like that. But yeah, the mailroom quest I'm enjoying. And my only moment today was I realized after I defeated Argus, I forgot to take a selfie with Argus. I could have gotten the Argus sky filter if I had taken a selfie with him. It was just like, we wiped enough. It's like I had time to take a selfie with him.
To get a filter, you have to take a selfie with him?
Yep, with Argus the Unmaker. It's like, why
didn't anyone ever tell me this?
I talked about it. Oh, wait, you weren't on the show. I talked about it a week or two ago.
Well, can you do it on LFR, or do you have to do it on normal or heroic?
I don't think it matters what level you do. You just have to do it with the boss. There's one for the Lich King and all that.
Living boss or corpse?
Living boss, because I tried it on the corpse and nope. It was like, you can't have it. Argus is dead. Sorry.
So this is an achievement. Where would it be?
You have to have the selfie camera, but then you go around to different bosses and different raid bosses and take pictures with them, and then you get filters. I don't know if you get an achievement for it, but it unlocks. From what I understand, the filter is per character, so you have to unlock it on the character that you want the filter on.
Do you have to have the new selfie camera, or does the old one still work?
The old one still works. This new quest is only there because that way, if anybody who didn't get in the garrison, they can get it now. And gold tip I was hearing from the Gold Queen, for engineers, reagent needed for the selfie camera quest, you can make a pretty good amount of gold on the auction house from what the Gold Queen was saying.
So yeah, it's a background filter, because apparently I don't have any background filters.
Yeah, I don't either, because I need to start doing those. I was going to do the Lich King, but I ran out of time today.
Do you know where a list would be for which one filters you can get?
Well, it has a really good list of all the filters. This week has been a big week for a lot of different news, a lot of different tidbits. The big news that happened this week. Battle for Azeroth pre-orders went live on Tuesday.
And I bought it already, Digital Deluxe Edition.
Same. I had the money waiting in the battle.net. I got a gift card to Amazon for Christmas. I put the money onto my Battle.net from the gift card because I was like, I'm just going to have this money waiting. I'm actually glad I had more money. I was thinking it was going to be $50. And I was like, oh, 50 was for the standard and 70 for the Digital Deluxe. But I bought the Digital Deluxe because it has shinies and called it.
Same.
I don't think I called it. I think I got the idea from Ro about the January 30th. So I called it after Ro called it.
I don't have it, mainly because funds are tight right now. So I got to wait until probably a couple months.
Oh, definitely understand. I used the gift card and funds I was saving up from after BlizzCon. Because as soon as BlizzCon came up, I started creating a fund for the expansion.
I'm going to a cruise in October, so I have a lot of money to save up.
And I think a cruise is a really good reason to not have funds, because those are fun.
I don't know. I've never been on one.
Oh, you're going to have a fun time. I've been on a few.
I'm going with my boyfriend's whole entire family.
At least the good thing is on the ship, when you want to get away from them, you can walk off to other parts of the ship and they can be there and you can have dinner by yourself. There are sometimes different restaurants and some like different pay restaurants. And
well, apparently it's like the biggest cruise in the world.
Which line, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't know. I just one of the biggest cruises in the world.
Wow. Nice. Well, have fun and definitely let us know how it is when you get back.
Well, it's a year from now, so
Okay.
I got some time.
Absolutely. By then we'll be close to episode 100. By then we can have Frazzlecast on the cruise ship. No. When you're on vacation, have fun.
By then, I'll probably have been kicked off this show.
No.
Frazzly will never kick anyone off the show.
Nope.
Then Frazzly has yet to truly meet me.
That is true. But to know your enemy
Technically, at least.
is better than to turn your back on your enemy.
What? I think you said that wrong.
I said it wrong, but I'm gonna move on. Level 110 boost is for both versions. You pre-purchase to get the allied races, and Wowhead is a great guide for the allied races if you want to know what you need. It's wowhead.com/allied-race-survival-guide. It's a really good guide, goes through everything, and even goes into the quests that you need after you get the rep. One interesting bit of information that came up, the minimum and recommended specs for PC and Mac have been posted, and these may change by launch, but there seem to be some incremental updates, and it does show the engine is getting updates and being pushed further than before. Just look at the specs, and
where is it?
Wowhead has a link.
Terrified.
You might want to be, because I was looking at those too, and I was thankful that this year I got a new computer.
I can't afford to upgrade, so I might be fucked. I might have just wasted like $70 for nothing. I can't afford an upgrade.
It doesn't look like a huge upgrade, but it is a step. And I just want people to be aware that there is a spec up.
Yeah, my boyfriend constantly randomly updates my computer, so I have no worries. I'm worried about driver space.
I know that feeling because every week I got to offload stuff because this podcast takes up space on my computer, so I got to always move that. If you buy the standard, you can purchase the Battle for Azeroth in-game upgrade.
Upgrades.
So if you bought the standard right now, you can get that and get the allied races. Then you can buy the upgrade.
Or if someone got it for you as a gift and you wanted the upgrade version, you can still buy the digital upgrade version.
And a word of caution on the upgrade, just don't let it lapse too long. I know right now Warlords of Draenor still has their digital upgrade and Legion still has the digital upgrade, but Mists of Pandaria went away and I missed it. So just don't count on the upgrade being there forever. I know we're just getting into Battle for Azeroth, but just keep in mind that.
But if you want a Cataclysm Collector's Edition, they're still out in stores.
Oh, I got to keep an eye out for those because I actually do still want a Cataclysm Collector's Edition. Actually, I pretty much need all of them up to Warlords because I didn't buy Collector's Edition for the longest time.
I need them from the first 3 expansions.
If I don't ever get them, I don't ever get them. The release date, there's kind of an interesting discussion on the release date. The WoW page lists summer, and people are telling me that autumn doesn't start until 9/22, and I looked up the fall equinox for the Western Hemisphere is 9/22. Broximar pointed out that in-game it says that pre-purchase Battle for Azeroth, and says will be released on or before September 21st. But I saw this from Ro, red shirt guy, who sadly was not at the Q&A at BlizzCon.
Ian Bates?
Yeah, Ian Bates. He said every expansion pre-order has had an on or before release date. So it's almost never the date the expansion actually comes out on.
It usually comes out way sooner than what it says.
Yeah. And like he was saying, Legion had an on or before September 21st date. It came out August 30th. I am speculating. I'm going to go out on a limb. I am speculating because it says summer. And I think it would be perfect for people that are out of school. They're taking time off in the summer from work. I am speculating a June release date. That's me. If it gets to June? June, absolutely.
That's not happening.
No. I don't want a summer release because, I'm sorry, I like to enjoy my summer and go out.
I know, but
I want it to release in June because that's when I have summer break and it's the only time I'll guarantee to be able to play the whole time.
Exactly!
But now that I've looked at the new system requirements, I hate it when they do this because, like, hey, we're going to make the graphics fancier, but for people who don't have high-spec computers, they actually end up making the graphics worse. I have to lower. I'm gonna be lowering my graphics so much. For Legion, recommended 750 Ti NVIDIA. Now it's going to be the 960. That's a massive upgrade. I won't be able to use this computer at all for whatever's after BFA.
I won't tell you what my graphics are at.
even this computer at some point is going to be nixed on that. Not on this one. It'll be a couple expansions down the road. By then, I should hopefully have my PC. So maybe it's actually good I don't have my PC yet. The digital deluxe items, some of them are available right now, like the World of Warcraft mounts and pet are available. There are Overwatch goodies, kind of like an emote and sprays and player icons. Hearthstone has a card back. StarCraft 2 has sprays. And Heroes of the Storm has a color-changing mount. I don't know about the other items if they're in the other games, because I don't play other games. I only play WoW. If another Blizzard game has shinies in WoW, I'll buy it. I was asking on Twitter if people are purchasing BfA. 60% said yes. 27% said no. And 19% said bacon. So that's out of 67 votes. Rhett Pally Jill says can't afford it. Chris Hall said collectors, can't pre-purchase collectors. And Wookie BH makes an interesting point. He says, this still amazes me. Blizzard can't come up with a better solution for their biggest fans. And I agree. This is not their first collector's edition that they've ever done. So it is kind of strange on that. And the collector's edition, the WoW website says that the physical edition will come at a later date. Banewood has said Quillbore Bacon. Archdruid Fierl said absolutely. And Small Warcraft Nerd said the physical version, yes. Definitely lots of popularity about the expansion. I'm definitely excited about it. I mean, again, I already pre-ordered, but then again, that's because I'm a Blizzard fan gnome. I like the shinies, and I've missed too many collection editions for a while that I am never doing that again. So, allied race mounts. Interesting thing from Wowhead. Each allied race has a different thematic mount associated with them, and once unlocked, these mounts are available faction-wide. That's actually pretty cool.
The High Mountain mount. Is it another Kodo?
Looks like a moose.
Moose? Yes, moose. That's a good thing. More moose.
Nice.
Thank God it's not another Kodo. I already have almost... I think I have all of them now, including Brewfest.
Blizzard has increased the character slots per realm. Every realm now has 4 more character slots. It was a hotfix that came in Wednesday afternoon. Interesting thing with that is we were told 6 during BlizzCon Q&A. I was talking with somebody on Twitter, and I think they're saving the other 2 slots per realm for when we get the more allied races. So I think they're going to give us 4 right now, so you could technically have all 4 on one server now, and then when we get the Iron Dwarves and the Zandalari Troll, we'll get 2 more slots.
At this point, I'm not even going to bother getting... Now that I know what the requirements are for the allied races, and I would imagine it's probably going to be something similar for the Dark Iron and Zandalari, I'm just going to only get the Zandalari. I was kind of wanting to get the Void Elf because I'm like, I should get one thing on Alliance. This looks cool. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, not doing that much, Argus.
Yeah,
no.
It's a lot of rep. And I have to say, on the reps, it is very interesting that Horde get the reps that we've all been working on for almost over like a couple of years.
What if you are exalted with everyone?
If you're exalted with everybody, then you're all good.
That's the requirement.
Oh, then I'm good.
Yeah, I'm the one who still has to get Argusian Reach and Army of the Light. I'm exalted with the High Mountain Tauren and Nightborn, but they went with the Horde.
For the Horde!
You don't need to pre-order for the extra slots, so everybody's going to get them. Allied races are account-wide and requirements are account-wide. The Void Elf Racial Spatial Rift is not an instant teleport. It requires more pre-planning.
I recall Ian Hazakost just explained it as, so you click the ability and it kind of like sends out a little disc that moves at a relatively slow speed, and then when it's where you want to be, you click the ability again.
That's cool.
It would actually be almost more useful than Blink.
Yeah, because you can kind of decide when and where. You just have to time it. I can't wait to get my Void Elf now, because that sounds really cool.
I still really want to get the Void Elf, but I'm not sure I want to put that much effort into it.
But it's not much effort to get exalted with everyone.
You just have to keep doing the emissaries and the dailies, stuff like that.
I know, I
Can
hate
I be
dailies.
exalted on the Horde to get the Horde characters, or can I just do it on my Alliance?
You can do it on the
You
Alliance.
can do it all on Alliance. Jinx.
Okay, then I'm good.
I'm doing it all on Horde to get my...
Once you have the requirements,
maybe get the Void Elf.
you have to do a quest. So if that's why I used my boost on a Tauren warrior, so I could do the quest to unlock High Mountain Tauren, because I did not have any 110 Horde. Well, I did, but then I faction changed because I didn't realize we were getting allied races. They were asking Ian, why did you decide to make the allied races reputation and story locked? And they said, these aren't long-standing members of the Alliance and Horde, and players have been asking for sub-races for a long time. They want to make sure that players have completed the storyline through achievement reputation to help understand their culture before bringing them into your faction and playing as one. And I think one thing also is it reduces the amount of complexity when you make a new character. As a new player, say you're coming into WoW and you have no characters. If you had all these allied races and then the ones that they're looking to bring in, I could find myself, at least me, getting overwhelmed with like, what do we choose? Like I've seen EverQuest screens and sometimes that looks so confusing. Like which one do you pick? I like having some of this stuff. I know it reduces how fast somebody can get into one of these races, but it adds a little bit more longevity to the game, in my opinion, too.
I think what they could have done is for players who at least already have a 110, instead of doing all the reputation stuff, they could have just made it so all you need is a 110 to get it.
Yeah.
So that way you have to go through a certain quest line at 110 to get it, but not a reputation thing. Just like you go to the person, you're like, I want to get this. They can make it a fairly complicated quest line, but I just hate reputation grinds.
But for flying, don't you need to be exalted?
I don't have flying.
Yeah, flying, you have to be exalted.
90% of the people probably have flying, so they already have the rep.
For the Horde races. The Alliance, you still have to do the Argus stuff.
For the ones that are on the Horde, the Nightborn and High Mountain, you would already have exalted with them if you got flying, but you wouldn't already have it for the Alliance races.
Oh, what do you need for the Alliance race?
Argusian Reach.
Argusian Reach and
Army of the Light.
Army of the Light. Jinx and Jinx.
I don't have any coke, so sorry. Can't get you any.
I'll take money. I'll take an IOU.
Are those reps out right now?
Money.
Yeah, they're out. You just go to Argus, do dailies, emissaries, world quests themselves.
You said Army of the Light, and what was the other one?
Argusian Reach.
You're too slow, Frasley.
Oh, I'm already exalted with them.
Oh, but then again, you've been farming Argus. You've been doing all the eggs and stuff like that. So
no, I haven't. I stopped.
I guess for me, I missed a lot of emissaries and stuff like that because I'm still almost halfway to exalted on both. They were saying that Zandalari and Iron Dwarves are not available ahead of time, and they're saying that the Battle for Azeroth story emphasizes gaining trust of Zandalari. And I would assume the Iron Dwarves, or maybe they're just saying Iron Dwarves. Who cares? Here you go. During the Q&A, Ian slipped something about orcs from Draenor has an allied race in the future. And Wildhead is datamined some potential armor. They're saying that this could mean more allied races. And something I was looking at on the allied race screen, it leaves a lot of room for more allied races. Because when you there's like a button on character creation that you click to go to the allied races, and there's a lot of room on that tapestry for them to add more.
Wow, there really is. I actually just decided to go to it, and there is quite a lot of room. And
they're only adding 2 new races in 8.0.
Yeah, we already know what those are going to be.
Yeah, the Zandalari and Iron Dwarves. So it's interesting.
For Zandalar.
And they were saying that rated battlegrounds might be changed to 6v6 in BfA. They were saying that the format has been tested through the PvP brawls, and going forward into Battle for Azeroth, rated battlegrounds might be 6 versus 6. They also want to improve the social features of finding arena partners for RBG teams. Someone was asking about an arena spectator mode, and Ian said it's been in the game since 7.2.5. There's a / command that you can Google search called Invite Spectator Match. Prestige is not being reset in BfA. They were saying the answer isn't to keep adding dozens of new tiers, mounts, and cosmetics rewards, but going forward, there are people who have grinded out prestige levels. And that going forward, they want to keep the Legion prestige ranks and add new prestige ranks in BfA, but when you level up, you get some kind of repeatable reward similar to Overwatch. And honor talents may get changed in BfA. There may be a large pool of talents, like a dozen options, and then you pick a few, instead of having the honor talent system totally mirror the regular talent system. So kind of pick what you want. And that's something that I've seen, and even in the dev water cooler, about talents themselves. They kind of want to go to picking this and kind of finding things that, oh, that looks cool, or I want that spell, instead of kind of that cookie cutter or min-maxing. So we're really looking into utility and making people unique with personality. And someone's asking if like Warfronts take elements from Warcraft RTS. They say it's heavily inspired by Warcraft 2 and 3 from the units, buildings, and resource, but telling the story with an MMO flavor. So they said, imagine a Warcraft 3 map where you get to play the heroes on the map.
Yeah, I remember that. I'm very much looking forward to that.
Oh, me too. It's going to be fun because I remember doing LAN parties with the Warcraft 3. That's how I got introduced to Warcraft. I knew people who owned Warcraft, and I went over to their house and we played LAN parties. More work! So that was a lot of fun.
More work? Righto.
Interesting thing that talking more about is they want to move away from class stacking, and they want to make it where everyone brings something unique. They have unique benefits and weaknesses, and they're saying with too much homogenization, it pushes people to find the best at that tool instead of emphasizing a variety of tools.
They were saying, actually, while they would, under normal circumstances, want it to be bring the player, not the class, they also said that sometimes you might want to bring the class instead of the player if you don't have any of a particular class or too much of a different one. Then regardless of the player, you might not want to pick them because of the class. They said they want it to also be about balance and not just bring the player or bring the class.
Okay.
Less of a focus on both of those things, actually.
So kind of allow you to have a strategy, but then still bring uniqueness in what you bring.
Yeah.
Okay. That's really cool. Because like what I'm reading from a lot of these things, we're not looking at a Legion style class, like you log in to pre-patch and all your class abilities are different. It really does sound more like they want to just kind of fine-tune classes and work more into the class. It's like they're going to rework Survival Hunter. One of the funniest quotes was he says, "You're a hunter and you forgot how to use a bow once you become a high level." So I thought that was funny. And Shaman and Druid Blink type abilities apparently are being removed because they said Shamans and Druids have always been about shapeshifting and moving faster. And they said Blink is super fun and potent, but they want to make other classes feel fun and potent in their own way. They're going to be removing Titan Forging on weapons in BFA. They're saying that Warforged and that apparently 5 +5 or +10, but not Titan Forged higher. And they think that Titan Forging is too common in Legion.
I wish they would get rid of that stuff in general because it makes it so that way.
It does make it a lot harder. For when you're trying to get gear and all that. And people are like, oh, no, you need to have Titan or Warforged before you can join.
Yeah, even if you have something that, or from a more recent raid, say you have the regular version of everything from Argus, but they're like, no, you need to have the Titan Forged version of the previous raid.
And it does make it confusing picking which is better, because I sometimes have accidentally went to the wrong item because I thought it was better than another item, but I couldn't tell what the Warforged and Titan Forged stuff did. So I messed up a few of my item levels. Again, ID 10T. And they did say Azerite armor slots will not Titan Forge at all in Battle for Azeroth.
Good.
So along with the Q&A and the pre-orders, there was a lot of data mining. They have new models.
Surprising.
Like the bee mount. Ah! No, I am afraid of bees. It's since I was 6. So I'm not, that's actually not a joke. I am afraid of bees. I laugh about it because it's...
I can't blame you with that one. I'm not fully afraid of bees, but I will avoid them if I'm able to.
Well, with me, if I even see a flying insect, it'll be like, "Yee!" I mean, so you'll see this 6'6" person just like, "Yee!" So
See,
I have got to see that.
I don't do well with things that can sting because I've never been stung. And my mom's deathly allergic, so I'm like scared that I will be. And you can't be tested if you're allergic to bees or wasps until you get stung.
Seriously?
Yep.
Well, it's a good thing I've been stung and been fine.
The first time you ever get stung, you most likely are not going to show a reaction to it, or you'll have a very minor reaction. So it's the second time you get stung is when the actual reaction will come out, apparently.
Well, I've been stung like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, me too. So I'm not allergic, but I know exactly where I got stung when I was 6. I got stung. It was in my middle finger, believe it or not, but in the middle of my middle finger.
Now, that's just funny because I'm trying to imagine you just kind of walking around holding your middle finger out the whole time. And
No.
I'm having trouble seeing that for fairly obvious reasons.
What happened, it was bus safety day. So we're outside by this bus, and they're like taking different groups onto the bus to show them like the bus, kind of like here's what the bus driver is experiencing when he's there, and kind of teaching kids why they should be very quiet or at least not distract the bus driver. So I'm sitting outside waiting for my turn. All of a sudden, I hear this buzzing near my ear. As a kid, I put my hand right up to my ear. Bing! Ah! So yeah, that's what happened.
Nice sound effect.
I'm getting.
And I'm not, for once, I'm not being sarcastic. Like, I feel like that actually fits quite well. Because it's something that's very small, but excruciating.
Oh, it hurt. It hurt. And my mom is great.
I got stung on the foot. So
ow!
Imagine how much that sucks. I'm like hopping along on one foot.
But
damn, that sucks.
Well, and mine hurt because I was a little 6-year-old. So like everything is like a trauma to a 6-year-old. So like, thankfully,
dude, I was 4 when I got stung on the foot.
Ow! And to walk. Ooh. So you have the trauma.
I couldn't walk. I was hopping along on one foot.
Oh, so hop along, Cassidy. I'm sorry.
And here I am, still have never been stung, and now even more scared to be stung.
Okay, look, it's probably not as painful as I remember. The last time I was stung, I was 7. I got stung 3 times over the course of multiple years. Which is what sucks.
Stung on my arm a year ago. It really is not. It just feels like a little pinprick. If you ever have given blood or had blood taken or gotten a shot, it really feels like that.
I don't do well with needles.
Well,
same. You're not helping it, Frasley. You're making it worse.
Okay, well then I'll move on. The bee mount in game looks cool, but I'm afraid of bees.
Yeah, let's go back to the mount. All right, so what is this?
It's a bee mount. So like you're on a giant bumblebee.
Oh, bumblebee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks.
I saw that. It looks cute.
Oh, absolutely. I'm excited for it. I think what's kind of cool is maybe it's working with the Silithus storyline, because Silithus has a lot of insects and stuff like that.
I found that the Silithus questline was actually rather short.
For now.
I thought there would be a little bit more meat to it.
I haven't gone farther than, so I can't speak to the Silithus storyline. Have they done the point where they do the one thing to the one thing, then move into the next expansion?
Not yet.
Okay, so I think they're waiting to add more to it.
They usually do it like a month or 2 prior.
So it kind of stops at
to the expansion, actually. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, and we haven't got an actual pre-patch. I mean, the amazing thing is this is all not. Well, these models are pretty much expansion, but it's amazing that 7.3.5 is not pre-patch, and we already have all this stuff. But yeah, the B mount looks cool. The Goblin hovercraft actually looks cool. I have to give it to you, Goblins. Zorts, you make an amazing hovercraft, and I want one.
Damn right we do.
Yeah, I'm Zorts.
I thought I'd talk on behalf of Zorts.
I'll thank you.
And I think I'm doing a better job than you've ever done.
I think I did pretty good at the end of last episode.
I didn't hear it, and I don't care to hear it, because it probably was awful.
Yeah, it probably was awful. There is a hive mind, and the hive mind, from what I saw, was that like a...
It looks like Yogg-Saron's brain. In fact, I think that was actually the exact model that was used for it in the data mining.
Which that's actually pretty cool. I love that. Oh, this is the old gods. I love that. I mean, that's the cool thing.
Ulwi Ifisalas Gagaronga wished.
We're all focused on the fact that we're Horde versus Alliance, but the old gods are there. That's what I love about this expansion too.
Who cares about the old gods, man? To be honest, like I'm in the boat of we've had enough big bad guys. Let's just have some nice, relaxing faction war.
We do have that with the undertone of the old gods. That's what the next expansion after this is set up to be.
Not necessarily. We thought that was going to be the case with Battle for Azeroth. We had Legion, we got Emerald Dream, and we're like, next expansion is going to be all old gods. And what is it? It's Zandalar and Kultaras.
No, I think with this, we're getting distracted by the factional divide. We're getting distracted by what Sylvanas is trying to do, and Sylvanas dies at the end of expansion.
If Sylvanas dies, then I'm going to kill you, Frez.
Okay.
I'm going to blame it on you.
Sylvanas has already died multiple times.
She's making people...
cannot die.
Does that mean I get to kill Frasley?
Yeah. Because she's going to die. I'm making that prediction.
No, she's not going to die.
She's going to anger enough people that she's going to be died. She's going to be impeached. There's going to be something. She
still has one more Valkyr.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I'm Maybe.
I think she has one more.
In the prequel novel that they gave to people at BlizzCon, and then it got leaked online, she had one of the Valkyr with her.
Yeah, that's why she was trying to capture Aegir during Legion, is she wanted more Valkyr, because she's only got one left, and she'll have to choose between having there be more Forsaken or her personal survival. And she failed to get more Valkyr, so I'm pretty sure she's only got the one left.
And does she use that, like, whenever she dies, she uses the Valkyr to come back to life?
Except that it's not the same as having the Valkyr resurrect a regular corpse. These Valkyr for Sylvanas, because she's died so many times, actually take her place in the afterlife.
Okay.
That's why she died. Let's see here. She's died 3 times in the lore. She died the first time as the Blood Elf, then getting resurrected as a Banshee. She died, I can't remember when. Then there was her death when she jumped off the top of Ice Crown.
So Sylvanas is going to die at the end of the expansion. Yes!
No. It means she's already died enough times, and I highly doubt that Blizz is going to kill her off again.
Okay.
Because she doesn't die.
At the end of the expansion, we'll see who's right.
Even if she dies, she still has another Valkyr.
True. Oh, man, I want her to die.
So she won't die.
Ugh.
Suck it, no,
I
bitch.
want her to die. Okay, but
What did you just say?
there are frog mounts. There's a frog mount. Oh, they look cool.
No. Hold on a second, Frasley. What did you say before that?
There's a hive mind. There's a hive mind mount. It's really good.
No, after that. And stop playing stupid, Frasley. I know you know what you said.
I want Sylvanas to die. I want her to die.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that was fully for the record for anyone currently listening and who will listen later on.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I will guarantee saying that will lower your viewership.
I said it on multiple places, so.
You're going to lose more people, I'll guarantee it. You might even lose me for that.
For saying that I want Sylvanas to die? I'm Alliance. What do you expect?
Yes. Yeah, but like, Sylvanas is the best. After Vol'jin being killed off, she's all I got left.
Let's move on. I don't want to anger you anymore. For today. There are dinosaurs.
For today. Well played.
There's a Brutosaurus mount. There are pig pets. Oh, they look so cute.
Pigs?
Yeah. Oh, little pigs. Oh, they look so cute.
I actually kind of want to see that.
It's on the Wildhead page. There's turtle pets and the Tortolan pet that we got for the collector's edition. Oh, and the Volpira.
Oh, yeah. The Tortolan pet is adorable.
Yeah.
Oh, the Volpara?
The Volpara look amazing.
Are they in game now?
In the beta build.
Or is it just Adam? Oh, in the beta.
Yeah.
Is the beta like accessible, semi-accessible through the PTR? Like, can I cheat that right now? Or?
I don't think you can actually go into it. And in fact, we'll talk about it in a little bit. There's been some people that have been doing fishy stuff with the beta. The data miners have access to the beta data, but I don't think they have access to the actual beta itself. So I don't think you can log into the game. But this is just a lot of data mining. Oh, this is a cool little tidbit. One of the devs said they modeled 2 of the cats after their real-life cats. Oh, yeah, you didn't like cats.
It's still kind of funny, though. I may hate cats, but I have a sense of humor.
And it's cool that they modeled them after their pets. So, I mean, I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, there are toys, corgi goggles. These make people look like corgis, from what it sounds like. There's an attackable effigy of whatever current target you have. And there's a slug toy. That looks like a lot of fun. And there is a 32-slot bag recipe. We can finally go past 30 slots. I found out through this, there is a 34-slot bag. It's unique, and it is 500,000 gold.
500,000?
Yeah, and it's a rare spawn in Dalaran. You have to be there when he's...
Who would think that that's worth it?
Four more slots, but still, especially with the price of gold right now in tokens, that's...
And you said it's a rare spawn?
Yeah, he's on a timer. I don't think it's limited on the stuff. Like somebody said they had a raid or they were waiting for it, and then they had everybody zone in to the raid when he was there, and people were able to buy it. But it's a timed spawn from it, it sounds like. There is a new portable transmog pad, which sounds like it is an engineering consumable. So maybe that can work like if you're in like raids and stuff like that. And there are new pirate hats. There's a plate one and a mail one. So I love pirates.
Yarg.
One of the interesting things that's coming out, and actually I think it's pretty cool in where they're going with customization. Many of the human models now have more varied body types. Right now, they're only on NPCs, but according to Wildhead, it's not an allied race, but the Coltiran and Thin human races have data marking them as both player and NPC races. and they even have customization options.
Now, is this going to be something that we're going to have to earn like allied races, or is it just going to be they're just going to give us the extra customization options for humans?
We don't know yet on that. As why I said they are marked to be player, but they don't yet have them without races. I think it's cool giving people different body types and different ideas, and that's what I do hope to see as we go forward.
I believe it's just body types for NPCs. I don't think it's for characters yet.
Not yet, but they're saying at least there's data that's saying it could be for players, and they have a lot of customization options for each of these. We're in rumor territory right now, and we're in the weeds on that. I want to see more customization. I want to see more individuality and letting people be who they want to be as we go forward. And I think that's one of the things that WoW needs more of. But I also get the technical.
I would also like to see if we can constantly change it if we wanted to. So let's say you don't like the way your character looks now. You can go to the barber and all of a sudden your character can gain weight or lose weight.
That would be cool.
Or maybe you have to actually go to like Nami and basically you eat a whole bunch of stuff, or you purge because he burnt your food.
Well, no. I was thinking if you wanted to lose weight, just go to the Galliwix's Pleasure Palace because he has treadmills and stuff like that. He has like a whole gym.
No comment.
He clearly doesn't use them.
No, Galliwix doesn't use them, but he charges people to go to gyms.
No
I feel
comment.
like it's just an off-limits thing there. He's just so bulbous.
Galliwix doesn't have to. I mean, he eats and eats.
Are you talking about Galliwix or me?
Galliwix! I don't know what you do.
Okay, because I eat and I eat and I eat.
Okay, well, that sounds like a you problem.
Oh, it's not a problem. Trust me. I'm pretty happy.
Hey, that's good. As long as you're happy.
Anyone who says I need to lose weight, I don't care. I'm happy. And I'm eating good food.
Oh, no. I'll never tell you how to live your life. I'll tell me how to live my life, but I won't ever tell you how to live your life. Many common critters are receiving visual updates in Battle for Azeroth.
Marmot.
I don't know if Marmot is there, but they have prairie dog, cats, and more.
Prairie dogs and the marmots share an appearance.
Okay, then yeah, that'll be Marmot. There's a Battle for Azeroth Norwegian Estate horse show. Some of these horse models that we're seeing, apparently this can be kind of like a little contest, maybe like the Argent Crusade, and you'll be able to earn stuff from there. So I'm betting that'll be on Kulturus. It's cool that they're adding these little things to add flavor to zones. There are new engineering recipes like the Mount Motivator, Portable Transmog. The Mount Motivator, it makes your mount go faster by 10% for 10 seconds, stacks up to 5 times, but too much may cause you to become disoriented. So kind of like the Brewfest racing. There is a rumor of a profession squish, but the data and when I'm reading it, it sounded like they were moving everything down to 100, but I'm not sure on there. But yeah, there's stuff going on with professions. And during one of the interviews, they did say that professions will not have all these quests like they did in Legion.
Thank God.
I know. I'm with you. My quest log is too full, Blizzard.
Well, it's not just that. It was just so much to do to try and max out. Draenor, they made it way too easy, which I had no problem with male alts. And they felt that, I guess a lot of people felt it was really too easy. So they went the opposite route. They made it extremely hard, especially if you're, trying to deal with alts.
Yeah.
And, I just got my second profession maxed, and I'm still missing tons of recipes.
Oh, me too. And I've got a lot of profession quests I still need to work on. I just haven't done it. So it sounds like professions are getting a rework, which is great. Thank you, Blizzard. There were some fly-throughs of Zandalar and Kulturus, but I do have to preface the methods the video creators used are suspect. It doesn't sound like anybody actually has access to the in-game. I watched the videos that are out there, and the zones look cool. I can't wait to see them in-game. I mean, with stuff filled out. The methods are suspect on how they got them. And Blizzard has said, model viewers, they're more okay with, but if you're creating a server to do all this stuff, they're not okay with that.
Well, of course they're not okay with it. They hate all things to do with private servers.
Well, and that's reverse engineering and stuff like that. A Massively OP had a cool post that on Moonguard, on Alliance, they hosted a massive role-playing event to celebrate the defeat of the Legion. Quote, players marched through Red Ridge Mountain as part of a parade for all those who fought against the demons, followed by speeches and celebrations in Lakeshire. It's a pretty cool large-scale event, and it's well worth taking a look at both the gallery and the memories of players who took part in the event. If you're jealous, you could always try to host for your own server, unquote. I thought that was actually pretty cool. They took the end of Argus and just created an event what would the citizens of Azeroth do to celebrate? And it's good non-ERP stuff happening on Moonguard. So yay!
I'm surprised that you knew how to say the word ERP, Fred.
I don't have to actually say the words, so I know how to say it.
Well, I mean, the fact that you even were capable of speaking the acronym is honestly shocking.
The acronym's not as bad as the words, or is it?
I'll let you decide that.
Some interesting tidbits from the different interviews they had. From Forbes, they said 7.1 was too soon. Don't expect 8.1 so soon. Classic servers are being worked on by humans. Lots to consider, like using older graphics or newer models. And they said they announced the server early to partner with the community and hear feedback on which direction it should go. And they're trying to run the classic WoW on what they call the modern WoW infrastructure, and they think they actually can do it.
So they're going to be trying to use the current engine to run classic servers?
Yes.
Why not just use some of the open source code that was being used by all of these people with their private servers?
I think because Blizzard wants Blizzard polish. They want to maintain it, and they want to know what's in their code.
A lot of those servers did have Blizzard polish.
Yeah, the problem was, I think Blizzard was actually working with one of them.
Nostalrius, they were going to.
Yeah.
But Nostalrius actually backed out of it because Blizzard wanted to make some changes that Nost wasn't okay with.
So, what do? They have to kind of figure it out.
The source code that Nostalrius was using, though, was open source. They had released it to the public for anyone to use to make a server, so Blizz would have still had rights to take it and use it.
Well, and who's to say that they're not using that to work on their code? What I'm speculating is that they want to be able to let people use the same client we use for current WoW engine, just like switch your account to be your classic server. And then that way you don't have to download two different clients. And there's been a lot of good infrastructure changes that they put into WoW over the years. Not changing the gameplay, but more how you access servers, how you do things. And I'm not talking like cross-realm zones. I'm just talking about the server itself, making it more stable. Oh, and on Forbes, they said it would be weird if there weren't more allied races in the future.
All I'm going to say is that when the Volpara inevitably become an allied race, those little bastards better be Horde.
I could see them being Horde. I could see them being the Horde's version of the gnomes.
That's the goblins.
No, the goblins are...
The goblins can't be the Horde version of the gnomes. The goblins are taken seriously. Although I think people will also take the Volpara more seriously than the gnomes.
Not gonna... I've got no comment.
And I'm just going to say this for the sake of anyone who feels like hating on me. Gnomes suck. Just for the sake of anyone who feels like hating on me because they just feel like it'll make them feel better. Gnomes suck. There's your reason.
The advanced AI mobs in Allied Adventures won't go into combat as traditional creatures do, and they won't leash or evade. They were saying that they will try to use line of sight when you're trying to shoot them and will try to flee to their allies. So they're trying a lot of cool AI stuff with the islands. There have been some different hot fixes, like in Old War, they've fixed some of the achievements. Karazhan chess event has been adjusted to return the event to its pre-7.3.5 pacing. Darkheart Thicket, there were some issues with like achievements. Those have been fixed. Add-ons downs have been fixed. Oh, interesting thing in the hot fixes, I liked what they said is, Gnomish hunters have fitted many of their non-gnome friends with stylish yet functional contact lenses, preventing them from seeing double of Emerald Shade Warden in Trusot Lodge. I love that they spiced up the patch instead of just saying, we fixed the issues people were seeing with double. One interesting thing that they found in the game, Doomsayer's robes. So the WoW General Secret Finding Discord has found out that there are two NPCs, one named Charles in Orgrimmar, and the other one, I am blanking on the name because you have to be Horde to kill that in Stormwind. But if you're Horde, you go to Stormwind. If you're Alliance, you go to Orgrimmar, and you kill this NPC. It is a 5 to 7 minute respawn, and you have to tag it, and whoever is the first one to loot it will get the items. Like if you're in a raid, people would just keep spamming their abilities. So you have to, if you don't have a spam that you can just keep doing to tag, you probably won't be one of the 5 to tag even in raid. So I keep trying for this. I've been dive bombing into Orgrimmar, and for the most part, I'm getting out alive. But I had one where I could loot it, but somebody looted the body right when I killed it. They tagged it as well. It's not dropping yet, but I won't give up. But I'm just like, come on, Blizzard! I want the Doomsayer robes.
Doomslayer robes. Wasn't that like an old thing?
There are robes that are called Doomsayer robes. This is a toy that actually turns you into a Doomsayer with like their sandwich board sign and stuff like that. So it's a toy you can get right now, but you have to kill an NPC in cities. And thankfully the Horde, I'm actually amazed. They've been leaving me alone when they see me killing the NPC. They have not come and attacked me. For the most part, I've had a few.
Is it in the Alliance section as well?
Yeah, over in Stormwind, there's an NPC I didn't look up who Horde has to kill in the Alliance city, but if you are Alliance, one of the Zeppelin platforms, and there's an NPC named Charles that you kill, he respawns every 5 to 7 minutes, and it's not a guaranteed drop. He'll drop the toy, you just have to be one to tag it. Tidbit, just that I heard on the Blue Recluse, an analyst is speculating that Activision Blizzard will be adding mobile games this year. As they were saying, we know Blizzard is working on something according to job listings for mobile. It's interesting to see if they go in with all this mobile stuff.
Mobile World of Warcraft, perhaps? Maybe not necessarily for phones, but for tablets. That would be nice.
I could see...
Or if they could differentiate between what's a plus version of the phone and what's not for various sized screens, maybe make it so only the plus versions of the iPhones, and then for Samsung's, the Edge and plus versions. So that way you got to have a certain size screen for it.
What I'm seeing more is like battle pets. I'm seeing Warfronts, because even looking at the Warfronts at BlizzCon, the interface that they were showing looked mobile. I think that there is something that will be a mobile add-on to WoW, not the full game.
So like the Legion Companion app.
Yeah, but with a little bit more gameplay to it. I mean, the Companion app is great, but I think they want to take it further. That's my opinion. And they want to capitalize on the mobile. What I want to do at some point is have an app for WoW that if I go on vacation or if I'm gone for a while, I can keep playing WoW and doing things for WoW mobile. I don't get the full WoW experience, but I would love to have something to do for WoW when I'm not playing, so I don't have to play Hearthstone.
Hearthstone is good.
No, it's a great game. I just don't understand it.
You're saying that like you don't like, so that way I don't have to play Hearthstone.
I don't understand Hearthstone. It doesn't jive with me. But it's a great game. It's a great game.
Don't understand it as in, like, you're not good at it, or don't understand it as in you don't personally get the appeal, or both?
I'm not good at it. I'm not good at the strategy of the card.
I can help you with that.
Okay.
Especially with all the card packs you've purchased.
Yeah, not anymore.
For whatever stupid reason.
I stopped purchasing those.
I can help you with that, actually, quite a lot.
Okay. I'll definitely take you up on that at some point. Some tidbits WoW had brought up today. Void Elves and Blood Elves can communicate cross-faction using Thalassian. I've said that right. You have to click the chat bubble and then select Thalassian, because right now they have like the default common language, but apparently they can talk. And I did not realize this. Demon Hunters have been able to speak cross-faction using demonic language.
You didn't know that? That was one of the things that they advertised at BlizzCon when they announced Legion. So we're going to give Demon Hunters, and they can talk cross-faction using demonic. That's like one of the first things they said about Demon Hunters two BlizzCons ago.
I must have missed that. I'm a gnome. I've got a short memory.
Yep, and this is why Goblin engineering is more impressive and more powerful than gnome.
At least we don't intend for things to blow up. They just do.
At least our devices do what they're supposed to.
Sure they do.
Yeah.
We design them to explode. They explode.
We design things to help people with their lives. They just explode sometimes.
And then they explode for you guys.
Yeah.
They never work.
No.
Like, I'm not kidding. Every experience I've had in-game where there was like something relating to like a storyline or a quest line and a gnome made something, they found that it didn't work. At least Goblin tech is designed to explode.
Yeah.
The goblins even say it. Goblin technology is built to blast.
And kill people. Void Elves bleed purple when hit.
Do they really?
Yeah. Someone on Reddit found that it did. And there are unique interactions for Void Elves in Cathedral Light. That's what I like, is that they're adding some things when you're playing different things. So they're saying that the Void Elves and the other allied races are allowed to change their skin color in any barber shop.
Yeah, I found that with the Demon Hunters, you could change a lot more than you could before.
Yeah, the horns and the tattoos.
And that goes back to the fact that they're saying Demon Hunters, in one of the interviews, I think it was Forbes, they were contemplating that Demon Hunters could be moved to the allied race field.
I think they should be, actually.
Because they are kind of their own race. I know they're Night Elf and Blood Elf based off of the Horde versus Alliance, but they are kind of their own race.
They're traditionally their own faction, their own kind of race, because they're not quite Blood Elves, and they're not quite Night Elves because of the demonic in them. So they should actually be an allied race. And I actually think as well that with relating to the Demon Hunters further allied as being allied races, they should make it so that way it doesn't matter if you're Blood Elf or Night Elf, you should be able to go to either faction. Considering that the Illidari themselves are a single faction, and then once you've joined the Illidari, within the Illidari, at least they no longer recognize you as Blood Elf or Night Elf, you're just Illidari. So lore-wise, it actually would be semi-acceptable for you to be able to choose and make it kind of a neutral thing like the Pandaren.
I think they're looking to add a neutral faction.
A neutral faction?
Well, because Khadgar's already wanting to go neutral.
There'll never be a neutral faction. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. What it might be is they might add more races that start neutral. Like if they were to do the Broken or the Naga kind of a thing, they might start neutral like the Pandaren, and then you choose your faction after a starting zone. But they're not going to make any race that stays neutral forever.
Okay.
Because it just wouldn't really fit with the game when you think about it.
Unless we lose the faction on the Divide.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't be World of Warcraft now, would it?
Who are we fighting with the Warcraft? Are we fighting each other, or are we fighting...
Okay, Frasley, the original point of the game is Hordeverse.
That is true.
Battle for Azeroth is helping to emphasize that original plan.
That is true. I think it's time to move into Kilrog's site. Casting.
So, with Kilrog's site, it's a new kind of segment. You got to hear a brief about it last episode. So by the time you guys have listened to the download version, it's always going to be starting, which is the Love in the Air event, which will be from February 7th to February 21st. Now, you want to get I don't know if it's going to be just your max tunes that will have the chance for the big love rocket, which is what they did for the Halloween one. But if you're level 16 and you can do Dungeon Finder, you can still do the queue for the dungeon. So I'm hoping they don't do what they did for All Hallows Eve and keep it so level 16s can farm the big love rocket. There will be a neck piece, and it will be for your appropriate level. Same way that Time Warp loot works. There's also tons of achievements and quests all around this holiday. This will help you get vanity items from the seller. Or if you're an achievement person, you want to do the achievements to get the achievements and get What a Long Strange Trip, which will give you a mount. Now, for the holiday boss, he's quite simple. There's 3 guys. One will always put purple poo out. The other one always does green poo. And one boss that does both. There is a cologne and perfume. The perfume is purple. If you have that on, nothing purple will hurt you. If you have the green cologne on, then nothing green will hurt you. And you can switch back and forth.
Can you switch during the fight?
Yes, you can. The loot that everyone wants is the heart-shaped box that has a chance of dropping the big love rocket. A lot of people are wanting this rocket. I am one of those, so hopefully that should be fun and all that. Now, the items that you'll be collecting through the holidays is the love tokens. And you can get rockets, kind of like goblin rockets that use fireworks. And this one is the rocket paint glare. And that will be just like pink little sparklies.
Is that a consumable?
It is a consumable.
Aw.
I know. And then the pet is a silver shafted arrow, which has like this like little guy that looks like a mock Cupid.
Pedal feet.
That's him.
He's a little goblin Cupid, and he's adorable.
The toy is a romantic picnic basket. There is an achievement to go into Northern Dalaran and share the picnic basket with someone.
Aww.
There's another achievement where you put the Love Fool dummy in a few different places, and I do remember one of them is supposed to be the Nax raid. So there's lots of things in this achievement. If you want more details, just go to Wowhead. I believe once this event is running, they will probably put an updated version of the guide. Right now, I'm still going off of last year's.
And there'll probably be like new toys and stuff. Wowhead will probably have updated either tonight or they'll update in the morning and be like, hey, look at all the new stuff that's in Love is in the Air.
Yep, that is the problem with getting, trying to beat them by giving this news. You might have a little bit outdated stuff.
Yeah.
The other thing that will be happening when you guys will listen to this podcast, if you're downloading it, you will have the World Quest one, where basically you have to do 20 World Quest and you get 1,000 or 5,000 resources. The other thing that is going on is Darkmoon Fair from the 4th to the 10th. So if you're still farming those tickets for the mount that I believe is 1,000 tickets, best opportunity. And if you're after more achievements, there's tons of achievements.
And Darkmoon Fair is also good for the reputation buff if you're working on the allied races.
Yep, get the rep buff. You can get a hat, and you also can go on the carousel. So let's say the carousel one runs out, just have a hat, put it on. Sadly, they don't stack, but they usually have a buff during the holidays for rep and all that. I don't know which one it is, but I'll try and figure that out. So if they stack, then yay, you can get more rep. From the 13th to the 19th is Lich King Time Walk.
Nice. They're going to be adding the Old War raid with that one.
Yes, they are. So they've already made some changes. There was a hot fix where one of the bosses, he tend to keep spawning ads. So even after you kill him, he was constantly spawned. Apparently they have fixed this for when the new Time Walking raid comes out. That is...
I think Razor Scale is the name.
Razor Scale. Now, from the 17th till the 3rd of March will be the Lunar Festival.
In 7.3.5, they added flower crowns to the Lunar Festival.
So, with the Lunar Festival that got added last year was the dragon head, body, and tail costume. The head and the tail both cost 25 ancestry coins, and the body was only 10. Now, if you have all of them like I've done, you can still get 75 to upgrade your heirloom gear. There's lots of places where you can collect these coins, but it is a bit time consuming. You can either go on Wowhead and see where they all are, or you can get handy notes and have TomTom, and it'll show you where you need to go. The other thing that will be coming up on the 20th to the 26th is the Battleground bonus event. That is where you win 5 battlegrounds for lots of honor points. It also gives you a bonus for honor points through that week. So if you're trying to get your prestige level to 25, this is the best week to do it.
Absolutely. And I know like different guilds like Convert to Raid will be doing PvP guild events that time.
Now on February 23rd, there'll be a hatchling of the Hippogriffs. This is the second time this has happened since the many events have come up. This is where you go to Fairless to witness these hatchlings being born. Now, apparently there's ways you have to interact with them to get them to follow you around, and you'll have them, I think, for 5 days. And you can have up to 5, I think.
I got to try that one because the last time that came around, I saw the pictures. I know there's no like achievements and stuff like that, but the event itself sounds like fun and a fun time for screenshots.
Yeah, like one you have to stand on an egg for 60 seconds, and then it will hatch. There's also mobs that apparently you have to deal with. Like there's tons of different ways to get these little flying guys to follow you.
Nice.
All right, and then the last one is the Legion Dungeon event begins. And it is to do 4 mythic level dungeons. And it will reward you a heroic level of the most current raid, I believe.
Nice.
I'm not 100%. I would have to double check.
That sounds right, because when I did that one last time, if I remember right, I got what was of that current raid.
Yeah, and those are basically the whole, almost all the events, other than today, which by the time you guys hearing the recorded, it's already done, is the Kirin Tavern Crawl. It is fun, but it's also kind of boring. It's kind of something you do with a bunch of friends when you just want to have a little fun.
But if you want to make your own tavern crawl, just get a couple of people together, go to a bar, and then decide, hey, we're going to move on to the next bar. You can make your own tavern crawl and bring mages and warlocks. You can summon people. Zephariah said if you go to zephariahadventure.wordpress.com, she has a list of the upcoming events in written form as well.
So that is everything for February.
Nice. A slower February just overall, but with all the stuff that happens, sounds like a lot of fun stuff to do, and people can try for the Love Rocket.
Giggity.
Now, is the Love Rocket two-player?
Sadly, I believe it's only a one
Oh,
player.
Blizzard.
I only need one player. Giggity.
Now it is time for Geeky Stuff, the part of the show where we just talk about a couple of interesting geeky things. So, just I wanted to run through a few things that just caught my eye. 182 Toys R Us stores are closing.
I heard about that.
Good.
Yeah, Toys R Us, they would always have a higher markup of stuff, but I went to Toys R Us so many times as a kid. It's part of it's the sentimentality. It's just sad. And Amazon Alexa is losing her voice, so we'll find out on the bowl of the tomato soup day. So this Sunday, we'll find out either she's getting a new voice, different voice. Both of you have been saying that your iPhones have been feeling slower. There is a report that iOS 12 is going to be focusing on performance and that they're moving features to iOS 13 in 2019.
Yeah, well, you know what? iOS can kiss my ass. I'm going to be putting that money I get from the job towards getting a goddamn replacement for this piece of junk. I'm not going to listen to Apple anymore. You know how they'll do an update, they'll say, it'll make your phone faster, and it always made it slower. So you know what? Apple, shut the hell up. I don't believe a word you say anymore. I'm getting a Samsung.
Now, could it be that it's requiring more of your phone?
Yeah, that's why it slows it down, even though they say it's supposed to speed your phone up. They're lying constantly about that crap.
For me, I always saw the difference. Mine would speed up in some areas, but it sounds like
mine would actually slow down for about a week before the updates, and then when I did the updates, it would just go back to the speed it was at, creating the illusion of being faster. And I asked a lot of my friends at school about this. Yeah, shocker, I have friends. They all noticed the exact same thing. No, I'm happy to poke a little fun at my own expense, which I think I've done on a number of times. But all of my friends said the same thing. They noticed that a week or two before the updates would release, their phones would slow down dramatically. Then when they did the update, it would just go back to the speed it was at, creating the illusion of being faster.
I never had that. I had mine, it would slow down when it updated because it was doing a lot of like re-indexing. It was doing a lot of things behind the scenes. But then mine would typically be faster after, but that's me. And Nintendo on Wednesday announced that it is developing a new Mario Kart game for iOS devices called Mario Kart Tour, and it is releasing sometime before March 2019. It's interesting. They're bringing out all these mobile games. They're not as full featured as the other games, but yeah, there's a new Mario game coming.
Mario!
Are any of you looking into getting the mobile game?
I've never been a big Mario fan, to be perfectly honest. The only Mario game I've ever seen that I thought I would actually want to play is, what was that most recent one? Super Mario Odyssey? It doesn't look like a Mario game, but actually, my friend showed me. The gameplay seemed almost more like Legend of Zelda, which is why I would be interested in playing it.
See, I liked Mario RPG for the Super Nintendo.
I played Super Paper Mario on Wii, which was kind of based off of that. I loved it. Played Mario Odyssey on my nephew's Switch. It's actually a pretty fun game. They've done a lot of fun different things with it, tried different things. It is weird, though. The graphics are different. Like, there's one that is like a city, and you can drive around. It's interesting. And from the fans, we have a voicemail.
Really?
Hi there, Frazzlecast. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller, and I have a question for Deceiverr. Hey, Deceiverr, what color is my shirt?
I am going to fucking kill you, Rooster.
I'm just waiting to find out where you live. I will get you.
I told you where he lives. He lives in my head.
Bullshit.
Is he Voldemort?
I will find
Rooster's
you.
Voldemort?
Okay, Rooster, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want, but I have a very specific set of skills.
He wants
and
to
if you
win
say
the
that
lottery.
shit one more time, I will find you and I will kill you.
He wants to win the lottery.
So if you want to annoy Deceiverr or any of us, you can email us at show@frazzlecast.com, call us at 1-440-536-3711, tweet us at Frazzlecast, or leave us a voicemail on our voicemail page, frazzlecast.com/voicemail. And I want to add one more. If you want to join our Discord server, sparkspan.com. Okay, final thoughts. We need to go into something very serious this episode.
No, we're supposed to start serious and end up happy.
We'll end up happy. I've got good news after this. But from Blizzard Entertainment on Twitter today, they have a very, very serious thing. Is your child texting about Blizzard games? If they're saying the following acronyms, here's what they mean. BRB. Blizzard's really baller. IMHO. I must have Overwatch. WTF. Warcraft's totally fun. SMH. StarCraft's my hobby.
Are you making this up?
No, I'm not. Blizzard tweeted this on their Twitter.
I'm kind of disappointed.
Oh, I thought this was awesome. TBH. Totally bonkers for Hearthstone. IDK. Insane Diablo killstreak. THX. That hero Zol. LOL. Loving Overwatch League. So watch what your kids are tweeting and texting and see if they are a Blizzard fan. If they are, encourage their love of Blizzard.
Wow.
Good news. Raiding with Lisia is now part of the Weekly Awesome podcast family.
Yeah.
Lisia and Oro discuss WoW, raiding, and they are discussing RP as well. Check them out at raidingwithlisia.com and add them to your weekly podcast lineup. I love their podcast. I listen to it every week, and they're just fun to listen to. Oro's been on the show. He had a rap. Lisia's been on the show. Licia will be on the show again. So definitely check them out, and welcome Raiding with Lisia.
I'm waiting for Oro's rap at your expense. He did such a damn good job with mine. I've got to.
Well, I'm just too cool. I don't think he would ever rap me.
Didn't he say he would try?
I think he did.
I'm just waiting for it to show up.
Send him a DM, and he's Pope Crunch on Twitter.
No, yeah, I know. I'm following him on Twitter.
Well, thank you all for coming tonight to Frazzlecast. So, Deceiverr, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Deceiverr with 2 R's.
Under fucking score.
You actually remembered!
Well, yeah, remember when I
Probably has it.
actually changed my name to a fully written out Deceiverr with 2 R's underscore 13?
Yes.
That actually made me remember it, and I can't forget it now, which is kind of bothering me.
Nice. Way to go.
So now I don't have to check, and it's not okay.
Yeah, no, it's, we have to remember. So see, Frazzlecast helping people since 2017.
But I didn't want to remember.
We make you remember.
Oh, God. I could take that to a very dark place. I'll save that for after the podcast.
And Lady Emma, where can we find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter at Lady_Emma. You might be able to find me on other things and other places.
Like on All Things Azeroth in 2 weeks?
Yep, All Things Azeroth in 2 weeks.
Along with me! Yippee!
Ew. Why do you have to be there?
I was asked to be there. So it's
Someone made a mistake.
it's fun. I enjoy it.
I don't even know what All Things Azeroth is, though. I'm guessing it's a podcast.
It is
Yep.
a podcast.
Oh, okay.
About All Things Azeroth.
So it's an improved version of this.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
it's over 500. I think it's at 600 episodes, so maybe.
Oh, was that the podcast you were talking about earlier today?
Yes. During all of our technical
Oh,
issues.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, and you can find me at Frazzly.com. I'm on Twitter at Frazzlytastic. You can find the show at Frazzlecast.com. Get in touch with us. We love to hear from you. Until next week, be awesome.
No. Oh, and don't forget to buy Punty McGee's boots, Punting Gnome since 2004.
Don't forget to eat my lock cookies.
Just let go and put all your DPS into the boss. I'll heal you, bae. You'll heal me, bae. I didn't heal you, bae. Learn to play, noob. Vote kick because you are a loser. That was Roddy and Claire with their classic I'll Heal You, bae. Now for the news. Here is Frazzly with the Frazzle Report. Good morning, Azeroth. Welcome to episode 24 of the Frazzle Report. Today is Friday, February 2nd, 2018. Today is Groundhog Day, and Patchatoni Phil saw his shadow, which means we may see 6 more hours of maintenance on Tuesday. I have to say, Phil is looking good with his new BfA model. There's been a smattering of new models and information from the 8.0 beta build. Data miners everywhere are rejoicing with the news. The Q&A with Ian was great. Lots of great things were discussed, like that one thing and the other thing. I'm so excited. Breaking the fourth wall. I recorded and edited this episode before the Q&A. This has been the Frazzle Report. I am Frazzly Sparkspan. You can find the show at frazzlyreport.com. Until next week, be awesome. Just let go and put all your DPS into the boss. I'll heal you, bae. You'll heal me, bae. I didn't heal you, bae. Learn to play, noob. Vote kick because you are a loser. That was Roddy and Claire with their classic I'll heal you, Bay. Now for the news. Here is Frazzly with the Frazzle Report. I feel like I just did this. Okay. Hello, Azeroth. Welcome to episode 24 of the Frazzle Report. Today is Friday, February 2nd, 2018. I feel like I just said this. My producer says he doesn't recall me saying this before. Okay, so today Patch Tony Phil saw his shadow, so there may be 6 more hours of maintenance on Tuesday. There were new models in 8.0, and people are excited for stuff. There was a Q&A, like I said earlier in this episode. It was great. I know Thist enjoyed the Q&A, though. Ian, Thist says she is sorry. She bought you a Nintendo Switch to make up for it. This has been the Frazzle Report. Again, I am Frazzly. You've already heard where to find the show. Be awesome. Just let go and put all your DPS into the boss. I'll heal you, bae. You'll heal me, bae. I didn't heal you, bae. Learn to play, noob. Vote kick because you are a loser. That was Roddy and Claire with their classic I'll heal you, bae. Now for the news. Here is Frazzly with the Frazzle Report. Seriously? We just did this 2 times. Who do you think I am? Bill Murray?
Hi, my name is Joe Hogan, and I'm a geek. And if you're currently listening to this, there's a good chance you're a geek too. So check out my podcast, Geektitude. Each week, I talk with somebody about their geek aptitude. Sometimes I talk to people in a geeky profession. Sometimes it's someone doing something really cool with their geekiness. Often it's another geeky podcaster. But it's always someone who wants to share their inner geek. So join me each week as we come together to geek out about all the geeky stuff we love. And remember, this week, keep it geek.
Frazzlecast is a fan podcast that covers Blizzard games. We are not affiliated with Blizzard Entertainment. Views expressed by the host and guests are their own. Some of the art, music, and sound effects come from Blizzard games and are owned by Blizzard Entertainment, Inc. No copyright infringement is intended.
Want more awesomeness every week? Visit weeklyawesome.com. Weekly podcasts to make your week better. Remember to smile and be awesome.
I'm a little bird. I like to eat worms, birdseed, candles, pickles. Hear any cracking there?
No, but I hear that you're one sick son of a bitch.
Who's apparently a bird that likes to eat worms. You have some strange fantasies and role-playing.
Now, when you say fantasies...
I mean fantasies.
Giggity.
I think now we are recording. Okay, now I'm going to do the gnome train again. So sorry.
Frazzly, you act like a Canadian with how many times you say sorry.